Guys so much for joining if you were able to join today. We have a couple of sessions happening this week to discuss our transition from ADP to Resourcing Edge effective 6/1 for payroll, benefits, and HR support. More information will come regarding 401k in the next few days by end of week. And yeah, just really want to make sure you guys have a forum to ask questions, to be reminded to the action items that I've emailed over a couple of times to make this transition. We're really excited about this jump. It's going to offer a much more robust and customizable platform. Additionally, helping us, achieve better cost savings for employees on benefits. As you guys, probably know if you're reading the news, medical is continuing to increase across the US. And we are working very hard with Resourcing Edge and have provided some new options for you all that look a little bit different than prior years. So this is super important for you guys to be able to pay attention to what you need to do for account registration and onboarding in our new platform with Resourcing Edge. And additionally, finishing your open enrollment, which will come after you complete those two steps. So we're here to answer questions. We're going to, at the end of the call, have nice white space for anyone to chime in. I believe we have Jeanette from Resourcing Edge monitoring the chat. So if you'd like to send a request, I think that'll be the best forum during the meeting. If something comes up, we'll address those items. And then if you're not too shy, you can also speak up at the end when we open it up for questions. We're here to navigate this with you. I know this is a new change and it impacts everybody, but I will make myself available for your team, for you specifically. We've got some great contacts with Resourcing Edge. And yeah, I'll be quiet now and kick it off over to Tommy.
Hello, everybody. Thanks so much for joining. My name is Tommy Gates. I'm a human resource business partner here at Resourcing Edge. Thank you so much for taking your time today and joining me. As Brittany mentioned, we're going to go over some of the onboarding items and benefit items that you can expect to see over the next coming days. If you have any questions, my colleague Jeanette there is in the chat. She will be able to help you out, and we will have some Q&A at the end for you to speak up if you would like to ask any questions. So without any further ado, we'll go ahead and get started on this presentation today for your employee onboarding perspective. Now, getting started, the first part that you're going to receive is an onboarding email, and this is going to go to your personal email. You're going to receive an email with a link to begin your electronic onboarding and the completion instructions through the RE360 employee portal. So here we have an example of the email that you're going to receive. You're going to have a live link that will take you directly to RE360 to get started. You also have a nice little video that you could watch that just goes through the entire registration process so you can see it play out. And we also have assistance and a support there for you guys. You will have an email address that you can reach out to our team or a toll-free phone number that you can reach out. So if you have any questions or anything that comes up, don't hesitate to reach out. Once you've got that email and you click on that link to take you to the employee portal, you are going to need to register your account into your RE360 employee portal. To do that, just at the bottom, register, click here. That will get you started and will take you to the user registration page. Now here you're going to fill in your information to register your account. This is going to include your name, your social security number, or your identifying numbers. You want to make sure that these are exactly matching what's listed on your ID cards, as that is exactly what's been inputted into our system for onboarding. Once you have registered, you're going to go back to that screen where you can use your username and password and begin logging into your account, which is going to prompt you to set up your Prism One ID. This is a very simple process to go through. You just click get started right there when that pops up and follow the instructions on your screen. And what we're going to be doing here is verifying your email address, setting up your account profile, setting up your MFA or multi-factor authentication for security, verifying your phone, and your login continues with the Prism One ID, and you can just finish logging into your account once that's all set up. That will kick off the onboarding process for you. On the left side of the menu, you're going to find all of the documents that you're going to be completing electronically during your onboarding. You're going to walk through each screen. You're going to complete the required options, and you're going to make sure your selection is correct, and then confirm by selecting next until you've completed the entire menu. The screen that's going to show completed and pending items, you'll be able to tell here on the left as you go through, you will have a green check mark that shows when you have completed. Once all are completed, that's when you can submit for your approval. Now, submitting for your approval will take you over to your next step, which begins benefits. That is going to allow you access to your actual employee portal, which we have an example here of what you would see when you log into your employee portal. Here you can move, like I said, you can move forward with your benefit elections if you're eligible. You can check your pay information, your personal information, your tax information, and if you need to ever make any changes to your tax information or maybe address change or banking account change, all of that is right here available to you to do through your employee portal. Some common questions that we get during the onboarding. So I'm trying to register, but the website says it can't find me. The new hire workflow may have been launched with a typo or incorrect data for your name, your social security, your date of birth. You can reach out to your team there and they will navigate to validate all the new hire information was entered correctly. Onboarding will not let me select submit to finish. This likely means that all the required forms have not yet been completed. You're going to want to go back to that screen, make sure you have all of those green check marks next to each onboarding section. If you're all green, you're good to go. I did not upload my I-9 documents when initially asked, but I want to have them added now. How can I? Unfortunately, once the I-9 process is closed, you would have to work directly with your employer to provide those. We can't open it back up to submit electronically. And for most of you on this call, we'll not have to go through the I-9 process because we are going to be taking care of that with a transfer over from ADP. Once you've onboarded, that's going to kick off your benefits enrollment. So I wanted to dive into that a little bit for you. You're going to receive an email to your personal email address once the benefits are ready. It's going to look a little bit like this. We have an example. It should look familiar. At this point, you're going to have a live link that will take you to your employee self-service portal. And you also have any questions that you have, you can reach out to our benefits team, and we've provided an email and a toll-free number for you there. Once you've got this, you're going to click that. It's going to take you back to your employee portal and you're going to begin your online enrollment. So after you've logged back in, this is going to be your benefits enrollment screen that you're going to see. It's a little different, but it will feel very familiar once you've gone through the onboarding process as you navigate through. You're going to go just over here to the left. You'll see you've got, again, a screen here that you're going to go through. You're going to complete all the required information. And as you go through, you're going to see a running total up here at the top right. This is going to be a cost per pay period based on your elections as you go. So as you roll through your elections, that number will accumulate and you'll always be able to see what you can expect on a per pay period basis. Now, enrolling in your benefits, you're going to see those green check marks again that you saw whenever you were doing your onboarding. Once you've got a green check mark, you know that that section is complete. When all sections are complete, you're going to receive a benefit summary page so you can confirm all of the information. And here you want to really look everything over and look at your elections and make sure everything is right. If you're good with everything and all your choices, you're going to go ahead and submit your benefit elections, and that will have us get you enrolled in benefits. If you encounter any trouble submitting, maybe you have questions about available benefits before you submit, or maybe you just don't like messing with the computer and you don't want to deal with it, we do have some resources that are available for you guys. We have enrollers that are going to be here for you guys. They are available 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Monday through Friday. It's really easy. You just either log in here. You can go to the live link here. This will be provided to you after the meeting. There you can go and you can set up an appointment, or you can give them a call with a toll-free number. It's important to note whenever you do call in, you're not calling to start talking about your benefits. You're calling to set up an appointment with that counselor. Once you have that counselor, they can answer any questions you have on benefits. They can actually get into, the granular details as well. They're all licensed benefits counselors and they know these plans in and out. So definitely take advantage of that service. It's a wonderful thing to have available to you. So let's go into some of the offerings that are going to be there for you. With medical, we're going to start off with United Healthcare. So we have three choices that are available through United Healthcare. We have a UHC National 500, a National 2000, and a National HDHP or High Deductible Health Plan 4000. So just a brief run through what you can expect on these. The National 500 is your traditional PPO. You've got a $500 annual deductible with an out-of-pocket maximum of $3,500. Your office copays are going to be 25 for your primary care, 25.50 for specialist, 50 for urgent care, and for emergency room, it's a 500 plus a deductible plus 20% of coinsurance, which brings us to our coinsurance on this plan is 80/20. So that means basically UHC is going to pay 80% and you're going to pay 20%. You have your prescription copays for generic, $10. Your formulary are 35, non-formulary are 70, and then specialties can run 10, 150, or 500. Your employee only cost per month is $74.90 for this plan. This is also considered one of the Cadillac plans. It's one of the nicest ones that are out there. It has that very low deductible. The next plan we have over, you're going to see has a slightly higher deductible. It's going to be $2,000 for an individual, and your maximum out of pocket for this plan is going to be $6,500. For your office visits, you're going to have zero for your primary care. So doctor's visits are always going to be free. If you have to go to a specialist, it is a $100 copay, $50 for urgent care, and then your emergency room is going to be a $250 copay plus your deductible plus 20%. Again, your coinsurance here is 80/20, and you can see you have prescription copays on this plan, 5 for generic, 50, 150 for non-formulary, 100 to 500 for non-formulary, and then for specialty drugs, $10, 150, or 500. Employee only cost for this plan is zero per month. So this one is 100% paid for by your employer. You also have your national HDHP 4000. This one's different. So the first two plans we've looked at are PPO plans. You go in, you pay your co-payment, and you know it's as you would expect when you go to the doctor. The high deductible health plan works a little different. So you are going to be responsible for 100% of out-of-pocket cost until you've reached your annual deductible of $4,000. Once you've reached $4,000, at that point, the policy will begin to pay. So you'll see your office visits are deductible and then covered at 100%. Your specialists are deductible covered at 100. Your office are deductible at 100, and your emergency room is deductible covered and then 100. So you do have to reach that deductible before this policy starts to pay out. And that'll be the same for your prescriptions. Employee cost on this one is also $0 per month. One thing I do like to point out when you're visiting on a high deductible health plan, while you do have to meet that deductible before the policy pays out, from day one, preventative care is covered at 100%. So you can go in and get your physicals, get all of your testing done, and that will be no out-of-pocket expenses for you. Now, we also have another carrier that's available to you guys that you'll be familiar with, which is going to be Kaiser. We have two plans available through Kaiser for you. We have the Kaiser 30, which is going to be more like your traditional PPO that we looked at. With this one, you have a $0 annual deductible and a $3,000 out-of-pocket maximum. So when you go to the doctor, you can expect to pay your co-payment, $30 for primary care, $30 for specialist, $30 for urgent, and $100 for an emergency room. This has a co-insurance of 80/20, so that means that outside of your office visit, any additional imaging or anything like that, you would pay at 20%. Kaiser is going to pay at 80% until you've reached your maximum out of pocket. You also have prescription copays here. It's going to look familiar to the plans we were looking at. You've got $10 for generic, $35 for formulary, $35 for non-formulary, and $10, $150, and $500 for your specialty. This has an employee-only cost. If you're in Southern California, that employee cost is $0. If you're in Northern California, that is going to be $86.31 per month. We also have the Kaiser HDHP 4000. So again, this is a high deductible health plan with a $4,000 deductible. Your out-of-pocket maximum is $6,500. So the way that this one's going to work, when you go to the doctor, you're going to pay 100% up to the deductible. Once you've got the deductible met, you're covered at 70% until you've reached your max out-of-pocket, and then it will go to 100% paid. Again, for your prescriptions, you'd reach that deductible. Then you'll have a $15 generic copay, deductible, and then a $35 formulary, deductible, and then $30 for non-formulary. And then for your specialties, you're going to reach your deductible and go from $10, $150 to $500. For this one, Southern California is going to have 0 per month, and Northern California is going to be 805 per month for employee only coverage. One thing I do want to highlight here, Kaiser will not credit out-of-pocket maximum or any deductibles for the year. So for Kaiser, if you've got it, if you contributed towards any of your medical expenses this year, those items will not roll over. With UHC, we are going to be having a rollover performed. That does need to be triggered on your end. So you would need to pull your EOB or explanation of benefits from your most recent, provide that to UHC, and then they can perform a rollover. So that means anything that you've put towards the deductible will apply towards your United Healthcare plan. The next part that we have for you are going to be our Optum savings accounts. So how this works is we have a flexible savings account, or FSA. This is going to be funds that are going to be available to you on the very first day of the plan year or first day of eligibility. So when you make this election, you're going to get a debit card in the mail. And let's say if you chose $500 for the plan year of 2026, you're going to have all 500 of those dollars right there ready to spend. You can spend them on your co-payments, over the counter, your hitting your deductible, picking up your medications. All of these things are going to be available to you with your medical FSA. Your dependent care FSA is going to be available as you deposit the funds into your account. So you may have to apply for reimbursement from that deposited funds. Your full FSA balance must be used before the end of the year to avoid losing any unused money. And this is a little different than what you've expected in FSA funds in previous years. One other thing that's very important, your current FSA funds through ADP must be used by May 31st. If you have any funds in May 31st that you have not spent, those will be lost. A quick little update here is that over-the-counter items are eligible. So a lot of times you can go to places like CVS or Walgreens, Walmart, even Amazon Prime, where you can find eligible items for FSA and HS only. So everything there you can purchase through your FSA card. Now with the new FSA that you'll be coming on to Resourcing Edge, this is considered a use it or lose it plan. So I also want to highlight that any monies that you have put into the flexible spending account with Resourcing Edge do have to be spent by 12/31. Again, otherwise those funds will be lost. And we work really hard for our money, so we don't want to lose those. One of the big advantages of flexible spending accounts is the fact that it is pre-tax. So they're going to pull these dollars from your payroll before they calculate taxes. It's estimated that every $100 that you spend on eligible medical expenses, you're saving $30 to $40 in payroll taxes. So a great way to take advantage to save some of that tax money. You also are going to have access to a health savings account. So this is an easy, convenient way to set aside pre-tax money for future health care, just like with your FSA. And this is going to help you offset your out-of-pocket expense, because this is going to be attached to those HDHP or those high deductible health plans. So it does help you with that. In order to be eligible, you do have to be enrolled in a high deductible health plan. Your HSA is going to be a little different than FSA as well. It's not front loaded, so this isn't a cumulative of your deposits. But one thing that's great about HSA is this does not have a timeline. So these dollars, this money is always yours. You don't have to spend it at any point in time. It will roll over year after year. You want to use your HSA to pay for your deductibles, your co-insurance, co-payments, over-the-counter items. And Ballast will be contributing $2,400 to your HSA account. So if you do elect the high deductible health plan, 100% make sure you get signed up, because you do have some monies from your employer coming there. Your HSA rollover will need to be transitioned to the RE Optum account. So if you currently have an HSA, once you get you'll have a new account that has to be set up. You will be able to perform a rollover so that all of your money is in that new account for you. ADP contributions will apply to your max calendar year. So just like the flexible spending account, if you've already made elections in the plan year 2026 through ADP, you want to take that into consideration as a part of your whole contribution for the year. So definitely important to consider. Now, when we look at eligibility for HSA, like I said, you do have to be enrolled in a high deductible health plan, and it can be your only coverage. You can't have a secondary medical. You cannot be participating in a flexible spending account during the benefit plan year. So if in 2026 you've already elected and are using an FSA, you will not be eligible for HSA until 2027. You have to make sure you're not enrolled in a Medicare plan. That would lose your eligibility there, and you can't be claimed as a dependent on someone else's taxes. And again, I like to highlight here, this is a pre-tax benefit. So just like the FSA, for every $100 you spend on eligible medical expenses, you're saving $30 to $40 in payroll taxes for yourself. So now that we've covered the medical side of things, let's go into some of your ancillary and supplemental. These are going to be offered through MetLife, and MetLife is going to have a life insurance where you have a basic life paid for by your employer at $15,000. You also will have the option to do any voluntary. You can go up to $250,000 without any medical questionnaires required, but it's only going to be this one time that you're doing enrollment. If we wait for a life insurance at a later date, you can't have it added, but MetLife may have some medical questionnaires items that they want you to fill out before they approve the policy. So you have that, it's called guaranteed issue right now. So if you're like me, I don't want to go to the doctor and let them know anything. I just want to sign up and get that 250,000, no questions asked. You also have your dental and vision through MetLife, disability and absence, accident and health, and some specialties like your legal services and identity theft. Now let's go into some of these items that we just talked about here for MetLife. Starting with your dental plans, you're going to have three options that are available. They have bronze, silver, and gold. Your bronze is going to be your basic. This is going to come at an employee cost of $0 per month. In network, for preventative, you're covered at 100%. So you're going in, getting your annual cleanings and all that good stuff. If you have any basic restorative work that's going to be done, it will be the deductible plus 30%. Any major restorative or orthodontia on this plan is not covered. Your deductible for an individual is $75 per person per year. And the annual maximum that this plan will pay out is $1,500 per person. So we look over at the silver plan, and we're going to see preventative care still covered at 100%. But now your basic restorative is covered at 80%. You do have major restorative at 50%, and orthodontia is covered at 50% for children up to 19. Your deductible is going to drop down to $50 per person per year, and your annual maximum benefits per person per year are going to stay at $1,500. With the orthodontia, you have a $1,000 lifetime maximum, and that is going to be for children up to age 19. Again, this one is going to be $0 per month for employee-only coverage. Then you can go to the gold plan. So comparing to the silver plan, we're going to see these actually pay out exactly the same. 100% for preventative, 80 for basic, 50 for major, and 50 for orthodontia. Your deductible is going to stay the same at $50 per person per year, but this is where we're going to see some differences. So if you see some orthodontia, dental work, anything in the future, this is where you want to look at the gold plan, because you see that maximum per person goes up to an annual from $1,500 to $3,000. So you're doubling the amount of money that MetLife will pay for your teeth. You also have a big difference on orthodontia. So this jumps from a $1,000 lifetime maximum on the gold plan to a $1,500 lifetime maximum. And this is for adults and children. So if you wanted a Invisalign, and this is the time to grab it, they will help you get that. This one does come with an employee cost of $25.53 per month. One thing I like to highlight here, and this will be true for your vision as well as your dental, MetLife does not issue ID cards. We're used to getting that card in the mail and having it and being able to go to the dentist and say, here's my ID card. They're not going to do that. They're just going to use your personal information. You can go to your dentist, to your vision center, provide your name, your date of birth, your social security, your personal ID information, and they will use a secure portal to look up your coverage. So no worries about ever having to lose your ID card, or did I forget it in my bureau or something like that. It's all there for you. So let's look at the vision plans. So here you're going to have two choices. You have the gold plan and a silver plan. A lot of them are going to be similar, so we'll cover the similarities, but we're going to have some pretty big differences I want to highlight as well. So we can see here your frequency is every 12 months on the gold plan. Your office copay is going to be $10. Your materials for your standard corrective lens is going to have a $25 copay. Your ultraviolet coating is covered at 100%. Your polycarbonate is covered at 100% for children up to 18, and your standard progressive is covered in full as well. So Where we're going to see some similarities are on these items, but where we're going to see some differences is down below. So for your frames, on the gold plan, you're going to get a pair of frames on a frequency of every 12 months. You also have a second pair rider that's included on here, which is a really great thing because you get a second pair for free. So with this plan for frames, you can get 2 pair every year. That gives you a $200 allowance on your frames, or you can also do a $200 allowance on contacts, and you can mix and match those to have a pair of glasses, a pair of contacts. Maybe you have glasses and you have some sunglasses, however you want to do that. That is there for you. One thing also to consider when you do this, if you get that second pair of glasses and it's not ringing up for free, they do need to process those on a separate transaction in order to secure that free set of glasses. So make sure they ring up those separately, otherwise it will come out of pocket for you. Now, when we look at the silver plan for the vision, we're going to see that copay stays at $10. Your corrective lenses stay at $25. Your ultraviolet, polycarbonate, and standard progressive are all covered. For the polycarbonate, it is only for children. Now, where we see those differences, the same thing here, our frequency. Instead of once every 12 months, it's once every 24 months. So you're going to get 1 pair of glasses every 2 years on this policy. You're going to have a $150 frame allowance, so that's a little bit less than the gold. And then for your contacts, those are going to be every 12 months. So you don't have to worry about that. But there is no second pair rider here. So the best way to look at these two policies is the gold plan is 2 pair every year. The silver plan is 1 pair every 2 years. If you're like me, I I go through my second pair and still have to go get another pair because I'm terrible at keeping up with my glasses. All right, moving on to some other items. We've got our critical illness, our accident, and our hospital indemnity through MetLife. So the way that this works is with your critical illness, you're going to have two options. There's a $15,000 benefit and a $30,000 benefit. You know, we certainly don't want anyone to be able to file a claim with this, but if you do find yourself going through a critical illness, this is dollars that go to your household for cost of living. So they're not tied directly to medical expenses. This is there for you and your family to get through that time. It does have a recurrence benefit. So, you know, heaven forbid if you had a stroke and then, you know, you had a second event, you're still going to be able to apply for this. There are no total lifetime maximums. And this policy does come with a health screening benefit. So when you're enrolling and you look at the premiums that you're going to pay on this, don't forget about this health screening benefit. The way that this works is we go back to our medical, all the medical plans that are available to you, preventative care is covered at 100%. If you go do that, it's no out of pocket for you. It's just the time to go to the doctor and check in and make sure you're healthy. You come back and you tell MetLife, hey, I did that. I'm healthy. They will send you $100 for yourself, $100 if you have an active spouse, or 75 for any active children. That's money back into your pocket. So definitely something to consider. And it's if you start looking at it, that $100 for a person is just about, you know, going to make that policy paid for whenever you look at it. It'll wash out. For your accident, you're going to have 24-hour coverage. You have 180 days that are allowed between the date of the occurrence and the care received to file your claims. Employees and dependents are all paid the same benefits. Hospitalization due to an accident is covered on a per accident basis. Hospital confinement benefits are paid from day one. And again, you have a health screening benefit. This one is going to be for $50. And to give folks an idea of the accident insurance, you know, number one, it gives you peace of mind. But a few years ago, we had a colleague who was in a car accident. They had a high deductible health plan, so they had to come up 100. You know, it was out of pocket 100% until they met their deductible. The way that the accident works is every little piece of that event is going to pay a dividend. They were in a car accident. They broke a leg. So they had an ambulance come out and gave them a ride to the emergency room. They were into the emergency room. The emergency room admitted them into a room. They had X-ray imaging. They had the cast placed on. All in all, every little detail, they got a $3,000 check back. So it covered almost their entire deductible for them, which gave them such a relief. So definitely, you know, it's a good peace of mind. But in the event that you ever do find yourself in an incident, it can be the difference of you know, making the deductible and getting through that without any troubles. You also have your hospital indemnity. And the way that this works is basically if you get admitted to the hospital, every day that you're confined, they're going to pay you for that time. It's also going to cover routine childbirth, no waiting periods. Your supplement benefits are available if you're admitted and confined to the ICU. Your benefits are available for newborns. And again, we have that health screening benefit. So it's just a way to get money back. This health screening benefit is going to be for $50. So uh, whenever you do this, I have all three of these policies personally. So I go and I just get them all done at once. And the next thing you know, I've got a $200 check in the mail for all three of these policies. So it's a good way to get that money back in your pocket. Another benefit that's available to you guys is your EAP, or your Employee Assistance Program. This is one of the most valuable benefits that you have, because no matter what you've elected to this point, if you said, I don't need medical, I don't need dental, I don't need vision, I don't need any of that stuff, this one is paid for by your employer. So you're already enrolled. It is available to you and your household. So they're going to have services that will help with the education materials, resources, personalized research referrals, consultations on where you can get information, you can get support, crisis intervention, education materials in electronic format, local resources and assistance. Plus, you get distance counseling, no cost to you. You get 5 free virtual sessions. And this is going to be a per incident as well. So as an example, I'm a parent. If I'm struggling with my kids and I just need to talk to somebody, I'm going to be able to go and talk to that therapist 5 times, no charge. But 3 months, 4 months down the road, I'm starting to feel anxiety. I need some techniques to help get through this. I've got 5 more free visits. So each separate incident is going to get you those 5 free visits. They also have work-like services. This is where you can get with qualified consultants for information, assessment, action planning, resources, materials, so many different things. They can help with parenting, elder care, aging, consumer community needs, education, disability, adoption, referrals for vacancies for childcare and elder care, for emotional or stressful situations, workplace issues. No matter what you have going on in life, this is a benefit that's available to you, and they will have a resource that you can go to, and it will never be any cost to you. So log in, go to the website, give them a call. This information is also available to you in your employee portal and in your benefits guidebook. So definitely something to take advantage of. We also have WISA. So this is an AI guided therapy chatbot that's going to provide you support based on your personal needs. They have over 200 tools that are available to share with you. It's available 24/7. And I am one of those I was skeptical. I was like, AI, I don't know about all this, but I have put this thing through the ringer, and I'm pretty impressed. It's really helpful. It provides some really good tools. And I also find it important to note that if you or anyone in your household, your family is utilizing this service and they are in crisis, it will automatically and immediately put them on the phone with a live counselor. It ties back to MetLife with that EAP. So you've got those free counselors, and there will be, an immediate switch over to a live counselor. I think that's a really important thing to mention as well. So going back to your employee portal, you are going to have some other benefits that are available to you that I wanted to go through with some of your lifestyle benefits. So here you have exclusive member deals and discounts that you'll be able to access. This is a good place to go, if you're looking for a night to get out on the town and go watch a movie or enjoy a concert or some dinner, you can get really good discounts and deals through this website. So always something good to check out. You also have access to financial wellness, earned wage advances, which we've seen so many, payroll companies that are out there, payroll or payday loans, where there could be, they can be pretty rough. You can, ask for $200 to get you through the week and expect, $500 back. So they can be a little predatory in their lending. This gives you access to wages you've already earned. It's a flat $5. So it can give you peace of mind if you ever need to make the ends meet, that's available to you. You have purchasing power, which allows you to pay over time. This is a great place to go and get furniture or appliances, electronics for the household, and you'll just pay those over time, and it does come out of your paycheck. You have student loan relief programs that are available. You have pet discounts and insurance plans. The pet discount will will be offered to you through your benefits. I do like to highlight it's not an insurance. You get discounts for the vet, discounts at toys, for enrichment items, medications. You also get access to Whisker Docs, which is like telemedicine for your animals. So it's a really, really great program, but it is not insurance. If you want insurance, you need to go to MetLife directly. Uh, they will be able to get you set up with the insurance, but you do get a very, very good discount if you go ahead and let them know that you're part of the Resourcing Edge family. You also have access to employee whole life insurance, MetLife identity protection. And one thing I like for me, my kids love VPN so they can watch Netflix in whatever country they want to. I was paying $10 a month for a VPN. I moved over to the theft protection. It costs the same amount of money and it has a VPN in it. So if you're using a VPN, look at that too. You also have access to home, auto, and renters insurance discounts. Your employee legal service plan, which does cover the entire family, and it has benefits for in-laws as well. And InSource RX, which is a prescription discount card. You can pull this from your employee portal, give it to your pharmacist, they'll put it on file. It does work in conjunction with your benefit plans, so you can save a couple extra dollars there. And it is available to use for anybody. So if you had a friend, a neighbor, a stranger that struck up a conversation in a line at the pharmacy, they can save some money too. So some important deadlines that we want to highlight for you guys. Onboarding deadline is going to be May 6th of this year, 2026. And your benefit election deadline is going to be May 6th of 2026. You do want to make sure that you are able to get in there and get those knocked out. That will make sure that we don't have any delays in getting your account set up for payroll, your benefit plans set up so that they're ready to go for you and you have cards in hand. And you want to expect your open enrollment to occur in July every year. This will be annual, and it will always take effect on October 1st because this is our renewal date. It is not plan year. So go and think, put it in your pocket, just hold on to it. October 1st is whenever your open enrollment is, and over the summer is whenever you'll have those opportunities to make any elections. So that is my presentation today. So I thank you, but we can go ahead and open it up to any questions that anybody has. Jeanette, did we have any questions in the chat that we didn't get addressed?
No, Tommy, nothing in the chat.
Man, I tell you, no news is good news, so they say, right? Is anybody feeling brave and want to jump out there with any questions that they have? And of course, if not, we're always here for you guys. I know how it goes a lot of times. As soon as you get off the call, that's when that's as soon as you're going to see some questions. And it looks like we have one from Kevin. Are the spouse costs listed? They were not listed here. They will be listed for you, however, in your benefit guidebook, which will be sent out to you, and is going to actually kind of hash out a little bit more details than what we have here. So definitely those costs are to be coming. Absolutely. Any other questions? So like I was saying, if something, pops up as soon as the call's over, we're always here to support you guys too.
I have a question for you, Tommy.
Yeah, Brittany.
Let's say, someone isn't able to look at their benefits until maybe early next week. They have a chance to look, and they need someone from Resourcing Edge to walk them through and answer some of their benefits questions. Should they call this number here on your screen? Is that a good place to go?
They absolutely can. So you can call this number and they will put you in touch with one of our benefit specialists or have one of our benefit specialists call you back. You also have those enrollers that are going to be available to you as well, where you can make an appointment. Those enrollers actually are going to have a little bit more resources to help you even more so. So the enrollers would actually be able to do the entire process for you over the phone. But if you're doing it online, our benefit specialists are available at that number and will be there to help you out.
Awesome. Thank you.
Absolutely. Any other questions we've got?
I have a question.
Yeah, Yuri, what you got?
So I forget when our current election period is for like ADP, what we have right now. I know that we can roll over the amount of money that we've spent already with like our HSA and everything. Well, and the money that we spent towards our out-of-pocket expenses, that's all going to be accounted for when we transfer, right? Am I?
For your medical, so there's some caveats I want to cover for you. Number one, UHC will be the only one that will perform a deductible rollover for you. So if you choose Kaiser, you are going to be starting at $0 applied towards your deductible. With United Healthcare, however, if you provide them, and you would have to start that process, you would have to pull your EOB or explanation of benefit, which would be available through ADP or your previous carrier. If you provide that to UHC, they will perform the rollover, and any dollars that you've spent so far would be applied to your UHC coverage.
Okay, and then the end of the year, like when's that considered for this, enrollment period? Is it in October?
So your open enrollment is October, but the plan year for these the health plans is going to be calendar year. So you're going to see every year, January 1st, your deductible is going to reset to 0.
Okay, so it'll be basically what we had before. Okay, I just
Yeah.
was wondering. Thank you.
And sometimes with that, it's a little weird having those dates not match up, but it can work to your advantage as well. Because let's say, you were on the $2,000 deductible plan, and you've put about $700 into your deductible, but you've got something that needs to happen. In October, if you move from that $2,000 to the $500 deductible, you've suddenly met your deductible. So that stays with you, and you're good to go for the rest of the year if you had something that's going on. But just a little trick of the trade that's out there with that. Anything else that anybody has for us?
I do want to quickly mention that. Oh, I'm sorry. You go, whoever that was, and I will do my thing at the end. Go for it.
I have a question.
Yes, sir. What you got?
A question. Hi, so you guys are handling all our, medical benefit on that stuff. We the One Digital will be handling our retirement contribution as well.
Yes, 401k will be through the Resourcing Edge, but I believe it'll be a little bit later this week. We'll have some information to deliver for you on that one. Correct, Brittany?
Yeah, currently, I didn't see who was asking that question. Currently, we use ADP Retirement Services for our 401k. More information to come from me by end of week on if that's changing, if that will remain intact. So nothing to worry about quite yet. I'll get you an update before end of week. Good question.
Yes. And by the way, this is Roberto San Pedro. Thank you.
Hi, Roberto. Thank you.
Hi there. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, the thing I wanted to mention is obviously this is really important to review your selections, make an, choose something out of the options that are listed in Resourcing Edge for medical benefits. Obviously, we've got some great opportunities to bump up and get richer, not just benefits plans, but also dental and vision. But I just want to tell you that with this opportunity, I know there's going to be this enrollment. And then as mentioned, we're going to have another open enrollment that keeps us on our regular October schedule later this year. If you like your benefits plans, there's no action needed for you outside of if you have an HSA. Those folks will make sure that they set that up in this upcoming second open enrollment. But I just want to give you guys peace of mind that if you choose something for this new plan year and you don't like it, you will have a very soon opportunity to update and revise those selections that you've made, which is a good thing. I know it kind of gets confusing with the two enrollments, but if you love your plans, you can leave them as is. We'll work with you on the HSA setup. And if you don't love them, you get another chance to revise.
Fantastic point. I love it. All right, guys, we're still yours if anybody has a question. Roberto, do you have another question?
No, very good presentation, very clear. We understood everything you explained to us. That's a very good presentation. Thank you for your time.
Fantastic. I'm glad. All right, guys. Well, if nobody has any other questions, Brittany, anything else you'd like to add?
I don't think so. Just everybody make sure that you're taking action. Don't wait too long. I think sometimes people work too hard here. So just remember to make sure you take action, take a second for yourself and look at these options, ask questions. Don't select anything if you have questions so we can help you through it and you can pick the most opportune option for you. So thank you guys for your time, and I'll circulate this recording for you guys if you'd like to review it.
Fantastic.
Thanks
Well,
a
it was
lot,
great.
Brittany. Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was great for everyone. Thank you so much for your time. I hope you have a great rest of your day. And like Brittany said, if you have questions, don't be shy. You just come let us know.
Will do. Thank you. Thank you
All right.
both. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.